K-Rock, Mid-Atlantic Rock Views, Marmy Rock Show. I am here with Them Evils. They probably don't remember this, but they've been on the show before. I had them by phone. I don't even remember which one of you I had, but I had one of you by phone on the show before. So, hey, they've got their cool album, Rolling Stone, Living Free. Them Evils, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Oh, kiss me.
So I can already tell this is going to be a fun interview because we're like, the FCC is already called in there. Anyway, hey, so I got to get your first impressions of Shiprocked, man. Like, here you are, you're on the boat.
We love it. It's probably the funnest we've had.
I'm sweating, we're playing.
Tell me a little bit about the first day. Like, well, the first night you guys didn't play, so tell me what you did.
We did.
You were late. Yeah. So, how are you, like, off now?
Oh, dude, we're done.
Oh my God! So that's gonna be dangerous.
We did our first 2 shows, and then we're doing this, and then we host like musical chairs or something after this, and then we're off for the rest of the crew. So I think that's bad. Because last night we were like, oh, we're not gonna party. He was smart enough. The one who parties the hardest, Jordan, went to bed early. The one who parties the least, David, was out till 2 in the morning drinking. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know.
I mean,
after today, we have no responsibility.
I had to sing today, so I couldn't go hard. The casino
we don't know what's
gonna
happen, man.
So, you know, you're already here on the boat. Who was it that jumped in the pool during the set? And tell us all about it.
Jake.
It's always Jake.
Well, so last night we played in the Eagle Lounge, and I have a wireless system, and every show I like run in the crowd, play in the crowd, you know, do crazy stuff, and I broke my wireless system last night for the first time in the last 12 years. Never broken it before, and of course, last night it broke when I can't go to Guitar Center the next morning to fix it.
In the middle of the ocean,
like, of course, so I have to play with a cable for the first time in like years, and I'm like, well, damn, like I got to do something crazy.
We still pulled it off.
I was like, I got to do something crazy though, and so we just kind of improvised. I was like, you know what, I'll just run and jump in the jacuzzi. Thank God I was wearing underwear today.
You had to be cold after that, though.
No.
It's colder than people
Everyone
think.
keeps
probably,
saying
right?
that, but honestly, man, my adrenaline was running. Like, I was fine.
So, man, you guys had a really cool start to 2019. You had to take a break from touring with Pop Evil to do this. So tell us a little bit about the Pop Evil tour. How's that going?
Pop Evil tour has been great. We watch them every night, and their stage presence is, exceptional. They're a great band, and we're very grateful that they have us out. Well, but every night's been killer. The shows are awesome. The crowds are great. So
it was cool because when we initially got the offer, they were like, our manager was like, you might have to drop off of Shiprocked to do the Pop Evil tour.
You're like,
no way, Jose.
No. She was like, 25 shows with Pop Evil or 2 shows on Shiprocked. We're like, damn, that does make more sense. But then we got the call back. They're like, no, they'll let you cut off the tour to do Shiprocked and then go meet up with them. So we were super psyched on that.
And this is such a good exposure.
Oh, dude, if we missed this, now knowing that I'm here, I'm like, I would have been pissed.
Yeah. We want to play next year.
Yeah.
Shiprocked, you hear that?
They're listening somewhere. There are ears around, right?
Yep. Always.
So, hey, I want to ask you about the "Got Me Rockin'" video. Is that based on a true story in any way?
Not really. It's a concept that I wrote, and our director Steven Steelman. It was actually in my backyard. It was actually my parents' house. I've moved out since, but yeah, I don't know. It was sort of things
crazy,
that sort of spurred it up as we were filming the video. Like someone showed up with a cake, so that got used, and then we went to a Party City, got a piñata.
Got a cocaine piñata.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fake cocaine piñata. It was powdered sugar.
It was flour. Yeah.
Mom, it was flour.
But yeah, it was a great time though.
Yeah.
It was kind of a last-minute thing that just came together so gracefully.
I was supposed to make out with his grandma in the video.
Yeah.
So like
You made it with a dog.
You know the end of the video.
Grandma agreed to that?
Yeah, she did.
Agreed,
His grandma's the coolest
She was
grandma in
having
the
some
world.
health complications at the time, so she couldn't be there.
I'd bang your grandma.
But like the dog I was making out with, it was supposed to be like me making out with a girl, then it turns into his grandma. But it's like she wasn't able to do it, and then so it ended up being a dog instead. But his grandma was super down. We texted her, she's like, yeah, let's do it.
So, recap 2018, man, what a good year for you guys.
Yeah.
What was, like, the high point show of the year? I know she was at Rock on the Range. Unfortunately, I wasn't there this year. But was there one high point other than this?
Personally, I think Rock on the Range, because that was our first stadium show. and I was completely shaking in my boots. And Jake and I stayed up till about 6 or 7 in the morning, hungover. As all hell.
We stayed up with some chicks and then went to bed at 6:30 in the morning. Had loaded at 10 a.m. That was a good idea.
Yeah, we were just a few 40s in, and we played our first stadium show, and it went over pretty well.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
I texted him right away, and I was like, "You got to get this band on the show."
I threw up in my mouth when I ran up on stage.
I actually remember that. He did not look My personal one would be Welcome to Rockville.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. I met like my biggest music inspirations, which is Dave Grohl and Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
We were on our way to see Billy Idol, and then like we got rejected because our credentials weren't like good enough or something. So then we turn around and Dave Grohl and Queens of the Stone Age, Foo Fighters, all of them were just right there.
We didn't have clearance.
But the craziest thing was I walked up on stage for Foo Fighters, no problem, and then Billy Idol walked up right next to me.
Nice.
Yeah.
For me, it was Welcome to Rockville too. That was like, not to get deep, but like that was the first show we played after our producer Kato Kandwala died, and so it was like the first show we got to play after he passed, and we just dropped our new EP like that he produced. So it was like the first show we played after that passing, and like it was just the energy, everything, the vibe was just perfect. Like it was one of those shows front to start, like front to start to finish. Sorry,
Front to start.
It was just perfect, and it was the most meaningful show we had played to the date. So
I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, it was one of my next questions I was going to ask you about, Kato. So, probably one of the last bands he produced, right?
Our CD, Rolling Stone Living Free, was the last one he produced, and that was ever released.
So the last two he ever did was Pop Evil. The last two he ever did was Pop Evil and Us. So the fact that we're touring together right now is like super meaningful.
So give a shout out to him as far as what did he bring to the record for those of us who don't know him, who never met him.
Everything.
Man,
He taught us we knew how to write songs, but
he took this
to another level.
Yeah, he took the songs that we wrote and made them actually great songs.
Like there's lines in Got Me Rockin', there's bass parts and Practice What You Preach. There's little things in every single song on that EP where he's just like, what if you did it like this instead? Where he just took something and kind of warped it and made it more musical and just more engaging to the people listening.
Yeah, Practice What You Preach is probably one of the best examples. He took that chorus, the guitar riff. It was a simple E, G, D, A, and he was like, no, we got to make it a little bit more riffy because them Evils is riffy. So he was like, oh, do it like this.
He went to the D.
Well, the chord progression and the whole just like the I mean that chorus is Kato. So we're super fortunate and grateful to ever be able to work with
always in our
producer
minds.
with all his stature. So.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys brought him up first. I almost didn't want to ask you about it, but so cheers to him.
We're good talking about it.
He was sober, but cheers.
Yeah. So sober. So this is a vacation for you guys now. Like you're on vacation now because you're done playing. So who are the bands you guys want to see? Like do you each have a personal favorite?
Bad Flower we saw last night, and they fudging killed it.
There you go. That's it. 68 for me. I don't know if you listen to 68. There's a two-piece, but the singer's from The Chariot, and I'm like an old school hardcore kid. Like early 2000s hardcore is my shit. Sorry, but he was the singer for The Chariot, which is like a legendary hardcore band, and he started 68, which is way more rock and roll and two-piece. So they're definitely a band you don't want to miss.
What about you?
I grew up listening to Suicidal Tendencies all the time.
Oh, okay.
Lovely.
What are you talking about?
You don't know that song, dipshit?
I'm kidding.
So I wanted to ask you about the video. You got a music video out for Untold too. Was that intentionally filmed, or did people send you that footage? Like how did that come about?
That was all our tour manager at the time was just like iPhone videos stuff, and then our manager was like, we need a video from this tour. So we just he was filming a bunch of stuff on his iPhone. We sent a bunch of it to some random guy in New York, and he was just like, I'll make it work. And it was just random GoPro footage and everything.
Visual effects, the colors and everything.
Yeah, because we were on tour from September to December. So we were on tour for 3.5 months. So there was just endless amounts of footage, and they were like, well, let's make a video out of it. So it came out really cool, though. Super psychedelic.
Kato actually helped edit that, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So the legacy keeps going with him.
Everything we did.
Forever.
Yeah.
So what's been the biggest surprise so far about Shiprocked? You had an image, I'm sure, before you got on the boat. What surprised you the most?
The weather.
Yeah, that
We agree
sucks.
with that.
Yeah. Have you guys been on before?
Oh, it's our
yeah,
7th one, yeah.
Okay, so is it usually is it usually like this?
No, this is very, very cold, very unusual.
So
Yeah.
that's the biggest surprise for me, at least.
I think it's for everybody on the boat.
I was shaking in my boots on the stage today.
Yeah,
I was so cold.
We had
I'm
really
sure you were
low-
shaking in your underwear there.
Yeah, I was. We had really low expectations for today, only in the sense of just like
Super
it's
early.
rainy, it's early, like people might not come out because the weather, and then
Or they're
honestly,
hungover.
I think I can speak for all three of us where it was probably one of the best shows we've ever played.
Yeah.
So it was awesome.
Just like in the snap of a finger, all of a sudden the
Yeah.
floor is filled.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I can tell you from having been on this cruise and sat with bands like you guys before, I mean, your life as a band changes somewhat with this. Like any city you go to now, somebody's going to be like, I'm a shiprocker.
Dude, it's already happened.
It's already happened.
It happened
Yeah.
before we even played. People were like, "We're gonna see you on Shiprocked."
Yeah,
That was sick.
in Houston with Pop Evil, there was like a group
It
of
happened-
30 plus
Yep,
people.
yep.
That was, I'll see you on the
we
boat.
bring our flags, we do the pictures.
It
Yeah.
happened when I went and saw Julius Wolf open for Stone Sour in LA.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And people were coming up to me like, "You're gonna be on the boat." I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick.
So I know you got a couple more interviews. So just one more thing. What's the band got coming up after the Pop Evil tour? Like, what's the rest of the year going to look like, and where are we heading?
We've been writing a new record for a while, and just probably focus on that a little more.
We'll have a new record out this year for sure. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, hey man, I appreciate you guys taking the time. Like I said, I know you don't remember. I think it was you I had on the show before via phone. So
and he definitely doesn't remember.
Yeah, so it's all good. But hey, enjoy Shiprock. I'm glad you guys are off now. So go party, go have
Yes,
fun.
if we could get a
And
picture.
thank
Yes,
you.
let's do it.
$50. No, of course.
Check